Hi, and welcome to Josh and Tim Talk Sports, NFL Prediction Show Divisional Weekend. I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Josh Dome.
We're here with our guests, my broadcast partner, Chuck Kolchuk.
How we doing?
My son, Tommy Shire. And back in the studio this week, our technical producer, Tony Marr. Perfect predictions, Throckmorton.
Woo! He's a genius now, folks.
There we go.
Somehow
So,
that's-
what we're going to have,
Yeah. I hope he
Is-
goes undefeated in the playoffs.
That'd be crazy.
what
Still
we're going to
won't catch
do
me.
is we're going to give our predictions, pretty much the first half of the show, and then we're going to talk about some other subjects tonight. So, but Tony is going to read us the standings. Read us what happened last week, Tony,
All right, so
and you have permission to brag.
last week Chuck went 4-2. Josh, Tommy, and Tim all went 3-3, and I went a perfect 6-0.
Tony went 6-0.
Very nice.
Tony's taking a lot of crap all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony went 6-0.
From
Good
that-
thing it was
from the
only
fella
6
down there.
games.
All right. Well, let's
Overall, you still doing
overall. Give us the overall standings, Tony.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Chuck.
You can have it, Chuck. All right,
Overall,
buddy.
first place Chuck 195, 110-2. Josh 194, 111-2. Tommy 190, 115-2. Tim 178, 127-2.
Not
And
bad.
I am 174, 131.
We're just levels ahead of them.
Yeah.
That's
It's all
okay.
right. It's
That's
all
okay.
right.
We don't care.
That's like a whole
Yeah,
week.
it's all right.
We're not worried about it as much.
Yeah.
So we got. Let's get going here on the 4 games. First game of the week: Jacksonville at the Chiefs.
Ooh, good game.
How about that, Trevor Lawrence? Chuck, you're in first place.
I'm taking Kansas City. I don't think it's going to be close. I think Kansas City crushes them this week.
Okay. Josh.
You know, I definitely thought last week. Oh, that's nice. I thought last week was a good game. I think this will not be a good game, and I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Tom, what do you got?
I also have the Kansas City Chiefs of Kansas City.
Okay.
Tim, what do you got?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
You sure, Tim?
Because I think,
How about you, Tony?
I've noticed that I like Trevor Lawrence. I noticed that he's matured,
Yeah.
but he's not Mahomes.
He is not Mahomes.
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
He's not, I don't know what I was going to say.
He's not Justin Herbert either. His team just played better.
Yeah.
So what do you got, Tony?
Maybe a shocker, but I'm going with the Jaguars.
Yes, he is.
So-
That's
Somehow-
a shocker.
It could
We
happen.
wanted you to go undefeated.
We laughed last week when he made
Hey, you
some
said
picks.
that.
Yeah,
You
that's
said-
true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
true.
Hey, I'll keep talking my schmuck until he passes me up, all right?
Well, that's not happening this year. So,
Well.
so I guess you could keep talking, huh?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's move on to the next game. We've got Giants at the Eagles. What do you have, Chuck?
Well, I took Philadelphia. I think this will be a close game, but I think the Eagles will come out on top.
What do you got, Josh?
I am going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Tommy?
The Philadelphia Eagles. So,
You got the Eagles? Yeah, I'm not a fan really of either team.
no.
But I can't see the Giants beating the Eagles. You know, their defense is really good. They,
Jalen Hurts is playing.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I
That's
just
a lot.
think that he's no longer Hurts, so he's going to play. And it was bad. It was bad when I used it the first time, so I figured, hey, I'm going to use it again. But I think that defense stops Barkley. And without Barkley, Daniel Jones is going to look like Davy Jones.
Back to that one.
So,
Oh,
Yeah, so I think the Eagles will win. What do you got, Tony?
Well, I think it's really going to be a close game, and I feel like it's going to come down to the wire. But I got Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley coming out on top. I got the Giants.
You gonna go 0-4.
Okay. You know, you can probably go work for ESPN because they'd love you picking the New York team.
Yeah.
They'd love that. But, all right, well, let's move on to the next game. The game I think is going to be the best game of the weekend, really. Bengals at the Bills. Two quarterbacks that I don't know how anybody could dislike either of them. You know, two guys they're easy to root for, you know. But we got Bengals at the Bills
In Buffalo.
in Buffalo. If Buffalo makes the AFC Championship game, it's neutral site.
Or
Or if Bengals do too, it's neutral site.
Tomorrow
So,
we're going to have a neutral site.
what do you got, Chuck?
Even though I think it's going to be a tight game again, but I think with Hamlin probably going to be at the game, I still think Buffalo's a better team. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills at this point.
Okay. What do you got, Josh?
Well, that Buffalo team is nice and well-rounded. Good defense, good offense. I think they're going to take the win.
Okay. Tommy, what do you have?
This is gonna be the game of the year. Could be similar to that I don't remember what year it was. Do you remember that Rams Chiefs game? Back when Goff was still the quarterback? That was a heck of a game. That was a fun game to watch.
High scoring.
Could be similar to that. But I'm gonna pick the Bills with the slight edge. Bengals definitely could win though. It's toss up.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with the Bills. That's my lowest confidence of the week, but you
Me
know, I have the Bills to win the Super Bowl, so I gotta go with the Bills.
Of
You
Bill
know.
Land.
Even though I won't be disappointed who wins, I will not be disappointed.
Burn.
What do you got, Tony?
Well, going with this team because it is being played at their home stadium, and there's nothing like playing at their own stadium. Trust me, when I went to Detroit, there was a whole bunch of Bills fans for that Bills-Browns game, and they just had all the momentum. I'm going to go with the Bills.
I didn't realize you went to that game.
Yeah.
Did you go to that? Oh, that's good.
I didn't
that.
realize he
How was
wasn't
that?
picking
Was
the
that-
Bengals.
Yeah, he didn't. He picked the Bills, huh? Okay. So, our last game.
Well, that can't be good that we all pick the Bills.
No.
Our last game of divisional weekend, a game I will be rooting for one team very hard over the other,
Oh, I wonder who that
is,
would be.
and it was not just because of last week.
No,
just
not no. I
because-
know.
yeah.
I know.
The Cowboys at the 49ers. What do you got, Chuck?
Well, the 49ers have depth everywhere. They seem like an all-pro everywhere. And I think Dak is not going to have the same game he had this past week. I'm going with the 49ers.
Okay. What do you got, Josh?
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and keep costing myself out of first place and go ahead and pick my other team that I want to say going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to pick Cowboys.
That either costs you or helps you.
Yeah, I'm either going to look like a genius or just take another loss. But it is what it is.
What do you got,
Pick the
Tommy?
same thing. I also have the 49ers like Chuck over here. Chuck seems to be making a lot of the same picks as me. Don't think I'm going to be able to get all the way back up there. But it's all right because us three here, we're levels ahead right now.
Yeah.
Great minds.
It's,
Ah.
yeah.
That's all right though. He'll win it next year probably.
Catch me on the lanes.
Just like the Browns until next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good
he'll
with
probably
that.
win it next
I'm
year.
good. No, it doesn't matter.
Um,
yeah. So you're gonna pick the 49ers?
I already said that. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna pick the 49ers too. And,
Yes, we have
and
the
I
same
just,
picks this
you know,
week.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, it's not that big of a deal that he didn't do well in the picks, because on Sunday I get the joy of my team winning more than losing. Well, they lost
That's
more.
actually not true.
Well, up until the last week. Okay.
well,
they
that's
were
actually still
500.
not true. They were 8 and 9.
Okay, but
Well,
you know.
no, 8 and 10 really.
All right. But you know what I got to do? I got to watch my team an extra week.
That's a fun thing. It is.
You did
no,
not.
I agree.
You
I
did
agree.
not.
I agree.
So yeah,
No, I
I'm
do
good.
agree.
I'm good with that. Yeah. Even though they humiliated me Monday night.
It happens.
But
though.
I'm
The
going to go
Browns
the
humiliated me
49ers,
3
and I'll
times
tell you
ago.
this. The two quarterbacks this week, the research I've done,
Yeah.
I like Prescott. I like Prescott more than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is coming off to me as a pretty arrogant person.
Pretty arrogant.
I know he was the last pick in the draft. Maybe there was a reason he was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a reason because maybe this
His
wasn't.
teammates seem to like him though.
Well,
I
I see a lot of things.
the greatest of all time. What round did he go in?
Yeah, he went late too. He did,
He
and
wasn't
it's
that
nothing.
good.
It has nothing to do with
wasn't.
where he got drafted.
Yeah.
What it has to do with is I feel like he's been privileged his whole life doing some research. So it's not like this kid grew up in East Cleveland.
But just because
And he
he's
had
privileged
nothing.
doesn't mean he's a total
Well,
jerk
that's
either.
but
It's
Gives
true.
him extra
I'm
advantages.
rooting for the guy that's had struggles in his life, and that's Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
And you know I'm pretty hard on Dak Prescott,
Yeah.
but
Dakota.
if I had to
Rain
choose the
Dakota
two,
Prescott.
if I had to choose between the two, I'd take Dak Prescott.
I
over
like the
Brock
name
Purdy.
Rain.
That's
Not
a
for
good
a
name. I
guy.
like that.
Yeah.
Not
Richard
for a
Pryor's
guy.
daughters, she had the name Rain.
Daughter.
Daughter.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
We don't know what kind of state Richard Pryor was in when they named her Rain. He was a great comedian, wasn't he, Chuck?
Very
Oh my
funny.
Gosh, he was something.
Very,
Was
very
he fluffy
funny.
funny?
He was funny.
He was
Very
dirty funny.
foul language.
It was
funny.
dirty
You
funny.
know who Fluffy is? Gabriel
Gabriel
Iglesias.
Iglesias, he's funny.
That
Okay.
have you ever seen his show where
Oh,
he's a
that
teacher?
guy. Is that the guy that used to be?
It's called Mr. Iglesias.
Tom, is that the guy that used to be on the TV when we would go watch Greg play golf?
Yep.
Hockey? Oh, yeah, okay. Tony, let's get to your pick.
Yeah.
He's almost fallen asleep.
What do you
over
got,
there.
Tony?
I got them Cowboys.
No!
Oh,
No!
You're done.
That
seals it for
Hey,
me.
Josh. Hey, Josh. Got a question for you. Quick question.
Yeah.
He's bringing you down, right? Who went 6-0 last week?
That's not why he's
Who
bringing me
went
down.
3-3?
Tim.
Well, I know because he picked the Cowboys like you did, right?
No, that's not why he's bringing me
Okay,
down.
go
It's
on.
because I'm the only
Oh.
person that picks one team usually will get that. If we can
No,
That is
no,
such a lie.
That is-
that's
no,
not true because
no,
what
because-
happened last week?
What was
The
last?
two losers, right, Tony? The two losers.
Scoreboard!
The people who are the people who are way below everyone else. Who did we pick? Did we pick Jacksonville? Yeah, I believe we did.
Didn't you pick Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's not the
Good
case.
pick. Speaking of
Let's not
I'm
pick
not
Cowboys.
still picking about
Giants.
last week. Tim.
so now that we've done
I'm
our
talking about
games,
the whole season.
right?
We're gonna do the
we got some
games.
stuff to
We got
talk
some
about.
other
Yeah,
stuff to
listen.
talk
Real
about
quick
now.
before we do that.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of scoreboard,
Yeah, scoreboard.
so this past week, my adult flag team that I play on,
Right.
we lost in the semifinal
Mm.
against a team called OMG, right? Pretty good team. Some unfortunate stuff why we lost. Threw a pick six at the end of the first half, right? But the team we played before this,
I don't remember this being.
bunch of jerks
I don't
on this
know.
team. Let me tell you, they were beating us 6-0 at one point, and yelled
Oh, yeah.
scoreboard at us.
Oh.
What did we win by?
Well, and they also did some dirty things.
35-12.
Yeah. They were cheap shots.
Cheap
too, and
shots.
stuff.
I took a shoulder to the jaw.
Instead of pulling the flag off to tackle someone, twice they threw Zach Estevez to the ground.
Oh.
It's okay, Zach.
And
had
he's
4
lucky.
interceptions.
Did
And
you
he's
run him
lucky
over?
it was Zach, and not some of the other people that have played on the team. It wouldn't have ended well for them.
If Thomas was still living in
Oh, that would
Ohio,
have been
Oh,
bad.
boy.
That would not have been good.
he already, that was the team he got in the fight with that week.
I would have had to run on the
He
field to calm him
absolutely
down.
laid out one of their players one week, and they almost got in a fight. Actually, He would have.
So-
The ref not told him to leave.
Well, that was good. They played well. They lost, but they played well. It was their first year in this league, and it was a pretty good year for them.
We would have played the Pickles and Pines, which is quarterbacked by Mars Porcello.
Remember,
Had we had won.
okay,
They ended up
so
kicking the crap out of OMG.
I got a shout out to before we go on our topics here. I got a shout out to Mike Henry of Oregon. He lives in Oregon. He watches the show.
Or as they say, probably Oregon, right?
I've said it wrong. He says it different than I do.
How does he say it?
The lady on Google, I think he's joking with us because he says Origine. Yeah, so he's
That ain't possible.
joking with us. The Google lady says Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah, so I don't know if
I
she's
think
right
she's
either.
wrong.
Yeah, so,
Oregon.
but who knows? It's like Ohio. Everybody says it different.
Aha.
Some people and
How do you say Ohio different?
They say
Ohio.
aha.
Ohio.
Ah!
Ohio. Yeah.
That's how they say it down there in
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Ohio. And even some people say Pennsylvania different.
Pennsylvania.
Some say Pennsylvania.
Well, there's
some
like
say
3 different
PA.
languages in Pennsylvania, depending on what
Well,
part
that
of
is
PA
true.
you live
That
in.
is true. Yeah. So.
You have the guy in the oatmeal box language.
So we got that, and then let's get on to our topics here. We're going to spend try to spend the even amount of time on all of them.
Okay.
So we've got. Let's bring this one up first so we can get it over with. The Browns hired defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz. I think it's a great hire.
I think it's a good hire.
I agree.
You
I
know,
think he was the best candidate.
I think so.
I liked Brian Flores, but I think that's because I knew more about him. But listening to him,
But-
done a little bit of looking after, I guess it's a good hire.
I'm not
Super Bowl
sure.
winner?
Yeah, I'm not sure how
Looks like he
a
likes
lot of people
defensive
didn't know who he
tackles.
was.
It looks like that he likes defensive tackles, so we're gonna have to pick up some defensive tackles.
4-man
You
rush.
guys are?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pick up some defensive
Well,
tackles.
weren't we already doing a
That'll hurt your
4-man
back. You mean the Browns?
Well,
will have to
that's
pick
what I
up
mean. He's
some.
going to stick with it. You know, he likes the 4-man rush.
I like
We
it.
is a French word.
We is an English word actually, too. So
Okay. All right. So,
What do you
wait,
think
we're
about
not
it?
professional on this show, so
Yes, we are.
So we don't have to be.
We try.
We are completely professional.
I know. Hey, we doubled our hits last week.
Woo!
Had our most amount of hits ever
Guys
for a
almost
prediction
broke the
show, so
microphone.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Is that most since the very
Since
first
the
show?
first show.
Wait a minute,
Since the first show.
I wasn't live on that show. I was
But
on
you were
tape.
there, Chuck. You were there.
You were there.
Because
there.
we're
You were
technically
there.
superior.
Yeah.
I think everybody just liked that we kept saying Chuck. What do you got?
Yeah.
And you were sitting there like,
So let's get to the next topic here. We've got. Well, let's go with the Bucks overhauled their staff. Tampa Bay fired 9 coaches today.
Jeez.
You know, they fired Byron Leftwich, which I think is a complete joke. Shouldn't have happened. Yeah, how do you go from being a great offensive coordinator when you win a Super Bowl to a complete dummy 2 years later?
that's what I want.
Hey, how about your 45-year-old quarterback did not perform, and it's time for him to go away. He needs
believe
to,
he's
he
going
needs to
away.
retire. I'm not saying from Tampa. It's time to retire. Why do you want to go out looking bad?
Dude should he
You were
must
the
have-
greatest quarterback that ever lived.
He needed a reason to
And you're-
divorce that woman, obviously.
You're the greatest quarterback that ever lived, and you're going to look like a fool going out like half of what you were?
Yeah,
he
he was-
looked terrible Monday night.
Did not have a good game.
And he's
Did
looked
not
like
have
that
good
a lot of the
season.
year. So,
Their offense struggled all year, and it had nothing
Brett
to do
Favre
with the
left.
I
offensive
think, you know
coordinator.
who should be mad about this firing? Besides Buccaneers fans? Browns fans. Because, oh yeah,
Oh, the Steelers are gonna.
they're going to get a good offensive coordinator now. Yeah, he's
well,
a good offensive
hey, I don't think
coordinator.
they've
Pittsburgh said
fired
they were
Canada.
keeping their offense.
Oh, they're firing him. They're getting rid of him.
What, didn't they just?
From what I
They
understand.
just
didn't
announced
they
he's
just
staying.
announced
Did they
they're keeping
really?
Matt Canada?
Yeah.
Well, don't
Yes!
worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Something will happen.
Yeah, they
now.
just
Yeah,
announced
they did
he's
not-
staying.
yeah.
Wow, I can't believe
Yeah.
that. Wow,
That's
that's
hilarious.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh fans are not having it.
Well, don't worry. Leftwich will go somewhere.
That
and be
doesn't mean he
successful.
still won't end up on a
Let-
team.
Oh,
yeah.
he will definitely.
Yeah.
It was a terrible, terrible thing.
Maybe he'll be the Browns' offensive coordinator.
And Joe Woods is going to get a job
We
too.
need Stefanski.
Joe
to
Woods
stop
is going to
calling
get a job
plays.
too.
Could see it.
But So
He'll be a linebacker. coach
let's
someday.
go. Let's talk about the hypocrisy of the NFL and how they suspend people for gambling.
For a season.
Yet they make billions
Billions.
off of their
Capital B.
the money they get from gambling, from advertising from gambling. Billions.
Billions.
Yet they're going to suspend and tell teams they got to fire guys who don't even really work for that team. Bernie Kosar did not actually work for the Browns, and they fired him. That's ridiculous.
The one guy in this world that loves this team more than
Yes.
life itself.
Yes.
And you turn your back on him yet again.
Yes.
Good job,
It's ridiculous.
Haslam.
It's terrible. Well, not surprising.
If they don't make the playoffs, I've already started to see people on Twitter saying that he needs to sell the team.
Well, that's
I know it doesn't
can't
matter.
force
what
I
it.
they
don't
say,
think that's
but
going to happen.
no.
I wish he'd sell him.
I think what we got here is it's all about money. If anybody thinks the NFL cares anything about money, I know this is going to sound terrible, but I know I'm right about this. Don't tell me that the NFL wasn't trying 2 days later, when they knew he was going to be okay, spinning that DeMar Hamlin stuff into a thing for them to make more money. That's what the NFL does. They care nothing about their players. I don't care what anyone in that office says. They care nothing about their players. Their players are pawns. They are pawns for them to make more money. Calvin Ridley got shafted. Shouldn't have been suspended. Bernie Kosar got shafted. He should still have his job. The NFL is hypocrites. All the pro sports are hypocrites. Pete Rose should be reinstated. You're taking gambling money now. He should be back. It's ridiculous.
The only reason that I don't know why they won't reinstate him at this point. I feel like the reason that the last commissioner wouldn't reinstate him is because he was such close friends with the
Oh,
old
definitely.
That's
the
the
ceiling
whole
was,
reason.
yeah. Oh, that. But I
this
don't know Rob
clown-
Rob Manfred's
This
job.
clown
Rob
doesn't even, he probably doesn't even know who Pete
Rob
Rose
Manfred's
is.
job.
Yeah.
So now, since we brought in some baseball. I've got a baseball, Indians, Browns combination.
/ Guardians.
No, Indians, Browns combination.
Okay.
On this day, in 1981, a Pruitt was released.
Not Greg Pruitt.
Not Greg, not Mike. The Indians released catcher Ron Pruitt. So
Must
Cleveland-
say, I never heard of him.
Cleveland, he was the third string catcher.
That's why I never heard of him.
Cleveland went from three
What year was
Pruitts,
this?
1981. Cleveland went from 3 Pruitts
I was -20.
to 2 Pruitts, and a month later, they were down to 1 Pruitt, as the Browns traded Greg to the Raiders.
To the Raiders,
Yes,
Raiders.
in a very controversial move, because he was very popular.
Yeah.
Still lives. I
Still
believe he
is.
still lives in South Euclid.
Really?
He lived on Belvoir for the longest.
Home of Notre Dame College.
Yeah.
Where Josh
So, the
Doha
real
Holmes
Notre
Where
Dame. The real
my
Notre
son
Dame.
Steven
Real
goes.
Yes.
Stephen Kolchuk.
So
Scuba.
so I thought we could move those together there. Bring the
Yeah.
2 franchises together.
Yeah.
For once, because I would never try to make a divide between the 2 franchises.
Never.
No.
I'm
Never.
always Browns
You're as
Guardians.
tight as can be.
Yeah,
with
all
that,
together,
Tim.
Browns Guardians. You know me. So let's do this. If the Guardians could make one more move, Chuck, what would it be?
If the
Before
Guardians,
the season
The
began.
Guardians, I still.
Even if it's unrealistic, Chuck.
I still want them to get a catcher. I still think we need another
Still another
catcher.
Okay. Josh, what do you think?
Give me one more solid bullpen arm. Give me one more solid bullpen arm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Tommy, what do you think?
I wouldn't mind another starting pitcher possibly. But my non-realistic one that this would be amazing. Someone give me Mike Trout.
Give up the whole farm system.
Yeah.
Although with the Angels, you never know.
Daniel Espino, that's all I
Yeah.
got.
What do you got, Tony? If the Guardians could add one more player before opening day, doesn't he, you know?
Or
I
Babe
would
Ruth.
I'm with Josh. It's got to be a bullpen arm or something out of the pen.
They've been signing them sneaky. They've been signing some.
Yeah.
They've been signing a few.
They do that every
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Sneak
I
Ben
won't
Joyce
say
away
no.
from the
You
Angels.
say
I know you
Yeah.
said one,
Yeah.
but you could always use another outfielder.
Yeah, definitely.
With power.
Definitely another outfielder.
So,
Sneak Ben Joyce from the
so
Angels.
my
bring him up.
thing, if we're gonna go unrealistic here,
Yeah.
why not? We're going
Why not?
unrealistic. I don't. Mike Trout. Why would I trade my whole minor league system for Mike Trout?
I would do it in a heartbeat.
No.
In a heartbeat.
I trade my whole minor league system, signing him to a long-term deal. I'm trading for Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
He does both.
Give me both of them!
I get a hitter. I get a hitter, and then I have a fifth starter.
The
Finally.
only problem with
Fifth
Trout
starter.
Are
is,
you kidding
is
me?
he's not going to play 30 or 40 games.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
that's
are
true,
you
yeah.
kidding
You give me
What?
Shohei.
We should sell this whole franchise just to get Owen Miller back here.
Oh yeah, Owen's gone. He's in Milwaukee now.
Yes,
He's in
yes.
Milwaukee.
You are feeling
That is
ill, my
really-
son.
that
You
is
are feeling
motivation.
ill.
I just hope that Owen Miller doesn't. He's probably a nice guy,
The
and
addition.
he probably does do work with kids.
Well, we're not saying he's not a nice
yeah,
guy.
I
We're just
just-
saying that he can't play baseball.
I just hope he doesn't teach kids how to play first base.
No, please.
Because he has no knowledge of that.
Yeah.
No.
It's terrible.
He could be the greatest.
It doesn't mean
Guy
he
in the
doesn't have
world.
knowledge. He just can't do
It's
it.
not
No,
personal,
he's just-
as we like to
No,
say.
you're right. And
No.
I think sometimes people think you're
Yeah.
piling on a guy being... No, I have nothing against him.
You know
I
what
never
I-
met him.
you
He's
know
probably
what
a
I-
nice guy.
You know what I really
But
want?
he's a terrible first baseman.
I really just want like a genie to come out here so I can like have it where like I can adjust all their ratings like how you do on MLB The Show. Just make all of them the best player at their position.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 3 minutes.
Okay.
Let's finish this off with the toxic Twitter.
Oh boy. His
Okay,
favorite.
the Cavs lost last night. Okay.
Tough loss.
That was a great game.
He
That
was
was a
very
great game.
Tough
Donovan
loss.
Mitchell didn't play. Let's keep that
Yeah,
in mind
yes,
as well.
yeah. And I covered him all year. Well, Jim Donovan's trying to make like that's an issue now. We got to be worried about that. He said last night on the news. But I don't want to talk about Jim Donovan.
Your favorite.
Let's talk about the fools on Twitter trying to say that J.B. Bickerstaff should be fired.
Who are these people?
Oh yeah,
insane.
it's all over Twitter
It's
today.
insane.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Mark Jackson. My question to the one person today was, who's our Steve Kerr then? Who's taking J.B. Bickerstaff's place? Who's taking J.B. Bickerstaff's place? Who's taking the place of the guy that every man in that locker room believes in?
Love.
Yeah. They love
And
this
you're
guy.
going to rip their hearts out by firing him because he can't, because you don't think he can call plays at the end of a game. You have no knowledge of a locker room when you're saying dumb things like that, and it's dumb. It's dumb.
Dumb with two
There's
Ds.
no way J.B. Bickerstaff should be fired. He's been a part of the architect of this team that's going to give us a lot of good times for the next 5 years probably. And we want to fire him because they lose
One
when they're
game.
shorthanded?
Yeah.
You people are fools.
Do you realize who's also not playing? You got Cade who's been
Quit
out.
mocking me, John.
Come on. You got players. You know,
That's what I'm
Rubio
here
just
for.
came back. This team is going to get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goat's back, baby.
Ridiculous.
I mean, they're going to get better. They're
Dean
going to
Wade hasn't
make
been
some
playing.
moves that this team is going to get better.
And I don't even think they have to make moves. Look, Rubio's back
Dean
now.
Wade hasn't
When
been
Wade
playing.
comes
He's
back,
good.
yeah, the real D Wade
D.
when he
Wade.
gets back.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he
Vanilla
gets
D.
back.
Wade.
Make no mistake, though, they're gonna make some moves.
Lamar Stevens is something.
Yeah, he is.
I will
Okoro's been
say-
shooting
What do we have?
over 40% from 3 in his last 10 games.
I mean, if Levert can play like
Yeah.
he played last night,
The thing is,
you don't move him.
No.
I think Levert is another like Andre Drummond type.
And who's starting to
he
score
can get
now?
the stats, but it's not going to help
Oh,
your team win.
who's starting to score? The other guy that people hate on all the
I
time.
just said that.
Who?
Okoro, 40%
Okoro, yeah,
from three
yeah.
in his last 10 games.
I'm not a big Okoro
I'm a
guy, but-
huge Okoro
I am
guy.
too. He matters
He
more than
works
people
harder
know.
than anything.
Yes.
I'm huge fans of guys that people don't want to be huge fans of.
Lamar
Okoro,
Stevens.
Lamar Stevens,
Yeah, Lamar
the real
Stevens,
D
I like.
Wade. You know what I mean?
Vanilla
Those
Wade.
guys matter so much.
And the old timer. Don't forget about the old timer, Kevin
Ah,
Love.
Kevin
he's-
Love, I think he's slowing down.
He's
though.
on the down.
I
But
hate to
he-
say it, but I think he is.
He
Yeah,
was
he is,
terrible.
but he's still.
He's
wow.
been terrible.
I've
The last
not
two
looking
games,
good lately.
he's
He's
not been
airballed
good.
some
lately.
threes.
Yeah,
lately.
he's not looking
Airball
good lately.
yesterday.
And I'm sad about it
Eh.
because I hate seeing him go downhill.
He
I
started
think-
off the season hot.
But
I
let's
think
finish
when
up.
Dean Wade comes back, he
Let's
might
finish
lose a little
up.
playing time.
We're gonna
Yeah.
finish up now. We talked about the Cavs. One thing we didn't mention: Saturday night. It hasn't been officially announced that they're retiring his number, but I think they are. But they are honoring Anderson Varejao.
Well deserved.
Saturday night. He's back with the organization full time,
Where he belongs.
and he loves it here. Like he loves Cleveland.
Yeah.
He loves the people here. He belongs here. He is a hard worker like the people of Cleveland.
Absolutely.
And he fit us perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, so it's great that he's back, and they're gonna honor him on Saturday night. So
I do want to mention one thing to those knuckleheads that are betting out there on college
here we go.
or pros or any other game. If you're going to bet, but you don't come back and do stupid things and stupid Instagrams on kids in college or even the pros. You were the one that laid the money out on the line. Don't be sending Instagrams or anything else. What happened in Dayton is a joke. And if that happens, they should be banned from all the betting sites.
And there is a way they can ban people in Ohio. I heard that today. Let's remember.
Should not happen. Needs not happen no more.
Exactly. Let's just remember this. They are human beings. They're not just athletes.
These are collegiate kids.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
kids.
You didn't
Kids.
see me
Let's
going
go
after
kids.
Darius Garland when he only made 1 3, and I needed him to make 2 for my parlay, and I would have won $1,000.
I mean,
And he
it's-
made one.
It's ridiculous. You know?
Darius Garland.
So, but that's it. I think that's it for tonight. You got anything, Josh?
I think I'm all good tonight, Tim.
You think you're good?
Yeah.
All right.
Darius Garland.
I think that's pretty much it for tonight. We'll be back next week with our conference championship show.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a special show the week of the Super Bowl.
Details to
And
come.
yes, and we're going to try to have all our guests from the year on there. So until next week,
TMZ.
have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Go Blue Devils.
Go
Thank
Cowboys.
you, military, police,
Raiders.
firefighters.